Off we go here at the Noyati Stadium as the football fever gripples the entire Indian nation for I League 3. This is clash number 3 of I League Group A, and this is going to be played between SAT Tirur and Lake City FC. Two footballing giants in their respective states, two teams who are here to battle out for glory, two teams who would be looking to register all the 3 points on offer through this game. Sad Tirur, they've already played a game. They're coming on the back of a 2-0 victory against Sports Odisha. But before that, we'll take a look at the formation of Lake City FC. They're playing with a 4-2-3-1 formation with Syed, Wagmare, Rai, and Vaishnav Das in the back line. And of course, Bhatkal in the forward line. Amay Bhatkal has scored plenty of goals in the Madhya Pradesh Premier League. So he'll be one of the key players to watch out for. In the substitute line, of course, you've got some interesting names. You've got Sadul Abdul, you've got Darshan Shah as well. You can definitely keep your eyes on them and you can keep your money bets on them, of course. On the other hand, we've got Sat Tirur. They're playing with a 4-2-3-1 formation. A couple of changes. You've got Hassanul Hadia who comes in for Bashir, and of course, Adib Bashir, there you can see, comes in for Khalid Roshan. So a couple of changes which the manager of Sat Tirur wants. You remember that Hassanul Hadia had scored that second goal in the previous game. Rifat had scored that first goal against Sports Odisha. So they are some of the names to watch out for. Of course, Mohammad Bashir has been pushed down to the substitute bench along with Khalid Roshan. Both of them had started the game in the previous one but failed to impress the manager, and hence they will be warming the bench. But they, of course, can come back and eventually prove to be a thorn in the opposition's field in the second half. Toss is going on at the moment. Seems like the toss has been won. It's been decided on this occasion. It's Lake City FC versus Sat Tirur, who will be playing this exciting clash at the Noihati Stadium in West Bengal. Lake City FC. But before that, we'll take a look at the match officials for today. It's Manish Vashisht, Rohit Pandey, Kamal Kishore, Ashirvad Kanungu. There's some key players to watch out for. Lake City FC in their navy blue kit, along with Sat Tirur all the way down south in their maroon and white kit. They had the same kit in the previous game as well, a couple of days back. And after a hiatus of a day, we are back with the I League 3 action. I League 3 action and entertainment can be watched on the Indian Football YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you follow us on all our social media handles, because these federation tournaments are extremely important to understand the footballing landscape of India, to make sure that the footballing landscape of India is robust, the whole ecosystem is robust. On one end, you have Sat Tirur coming from Kerala. Like I said, they were the runners up of the Kerala Premier League in that all important finals. They had lost to 1-3. But what is most impressive about Sat Tirur is the fact that they don't have a very big budget. In the previous Kerala Premier League, Sat Tirur didn't have a huge budget, and despite not spending an exorbitant amount of money, they still managed to go to the playoffs. They still finished fourth in the playoffs, and then eventually went to the semi-finals. They beat Kerala Police. That was a remarkable performance, and then they went to the final. So that's the story which defies all odds. That's the story of resilience of Sat Tirur. But at the moment, you can see it is Lake City FC coming from Bhopal with that pushback, and we are underway with proceedings here at Noihati Stadium. It's in the navy blue kit. Lake City FC kicking from the right to the left of your screens, and of course from the left to the right, it's Sat Tirur, who've already played a game in this tournament. Couple of long balls from both the sides early on, just trying to shake up things, trying to shake up the bearings, getting into shape and getting into phase. Welcome all of you. My name is Shayun Toshen and I'll be with you throughout this game and of course the game in the afternoon. It's a warm and a sunny day in Noihati in the suburbs of the city of joy. It's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be an exciting battle to watch out for. Remember, Sat Tirur are coming on the back of a 2-0 victory against Sports Odisha. And here's the first set piece. Here's the first chance at taking a crack on the goal. Here's the first chance to score that first goal. That's a poor delivery and intercepted and then cleared away extremely well. In comes the build up from the right flank, the grounder pass. Once again, not being able to spray that properly into the penalty box. Adib Bashir, poor way to give away possession here. And now the men in blue got a strong black line of Rahul Das, of Akash Rai, Worley Pace, and of course Atharva Charki. They would be key players in making sure that the wingers don't get enough. But this is a brilliant long ball from Lake City. From the left, in comes the grounder. Brilliant ball in. Takes a shot, and that's a flip up from the goalkeeper. And eventually, it's a goal. This is top stuff within the first 2 minutes. It is Lake City who have gotten that goal. And that's a beautiful message as well. But Lake City have found the back of the net in the second minute of the game itself. This is top stuff. It's Atharva Charki who finds his name on the goal scoring sheet. Bhuvanesh from the left with that assist. But it's Atharva who eventually finds his name on the goal scoring sheet. Top stuff from Lake City FC. They are the two-time champions of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League in 2022, 2023, and 2023, 2024. In comes the grounder. This time collected extremely well. Fantastic stuff here at the Noihati Stadium. It's all happening here. A couple of build-ups here. Now they have to do much better than that here. Sat Tirur that scored 2 goals despite Sports Odisha dominating proceedings in the first half. So they've got this tendency of starting a tad bit late. Sat Tirur. But you cannot afford to lose out on any time. You cannot afford to lose out on any steam. It was Amay Bhatkal who scored that first goal. Got a confirmation from ground zero at Noihati that it's not Atharva, it's Amay Bhatkal who gets that goal. That's a brilliant one, nevertheless. What can Sat Tirur do? What can Nias Pullath do from here? This time collected well. Early on will not help at all. Early on in this game, he's made one mistake, but those mistakes cannot be coming back to haunt them. He has to put that behind and just focus on the future because the match has just started. You've got a lot of time to rebuild. You've got a lot of time to build up coming in now. Getting past. Here's Tirur. That's a good through ball towards the right. In comes the delivery towards the far post. Couldn't time the jump that well on that occasion. Here we go. The counter coming in from Lake City. Now it's the captain. It was Altamaz Sayyed who couldn't keep control on that ball. But nevertheless, the first 5 minutes of the game, we've already seen a goal in the first couple of minutes. So this is end-to-end action that we can expect here at the Noihati Stadium today. Just a couple of days back, we had Diamond Harbour winning 3-0 against Ghaziabad. We had Sports Sodisha being swept under the carpet by Tirur. Here's from the right. Brilliant layoff created, but just a tad bit too much power on that through ball. And hence, Abdul Danish couldn't get near it. I believe it was Hassanul Hadi who had scored that second goal against Sports Odisha, who gave that little through ball. And Abdul Danish couldn't fetch the ball. LFC, Lake City FC, have all the ingredients of being a top class. The first goal was an exhibition of pure class and flamboyance. They were the champions of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League in 2023, 2024, 2022, 2023. And guess what? They were also the champions of Bhopal League in 2022 and 2023. So, from the state of Madhya Pradesh, a heavyweight in football is Lake City FC. So, they are someone who can simply humble the other teams. I'm sure Diamond Harbour will be watching this game because Diamond Harbour is one of the most formidable sides in this group, Group A. Now, Tirur, once again, the first touch was a tad bit heavy and they lose out possession. In comes the counter. Once again, the same story, the long ball strategy, but just a bit too much power from that delivery. The defenders have to spray those long balls accurately. That is how the long ball strategy is going to work. We saw Diamond Harbour in the previous game employing that long ball strategy. We saw Sat Tirur building it up, not using a lot of long balls. They believe in possession based football. They believe in building it up from the back. A couple of changes to the qualification criteria. It's going to be two teams that round as opposed to one team that we saw in the previous edition. The two group winners will be facing in a 10 team in fact group. Remember that there are five I League group divisions that are happening. We'll come to that. In comes the mazy run. Here's a creative layoff from the right. But once again, too much power on that delivery, and hence they cannot beat it. Like I was five teams, which are the top two, they'll be going to the next round where they'll be divided into two groups of five each. They'll be playing a round robin stage of a single leg in a neutral venue, and then the group winners of those two teams will be playing the finals of the I League 3 of this edition. Both of them will, of course, be qualifying to I League 2. On the other hand, if you take a look at the bottom two, that is the fourth and the fifth participating clubs, they'll be eliminated. The third place teams in both the groups, they'll be qualifying for I League 2, but not in this edition, but in 2025 2026. And it's only the second place team who'll go. In comes the cross, once again, a poor one, not having the aerial route, not having any kind of power on it. Threat still not over. Last touch with Lake City. I think it's going to be a corner. The goalkeeper of Lake City not happy with that decision. We'll see how things panned out here. Yes, it was the goalkeeper's gloves that had the last touch. Not quite sure why he was unhappy with that decision. Hitendra Singh. Here's another set piece, another opportunity. This time a better ball, but header clearance straight away from the captain of Satirur, Negiobadan of Lake City, Altamas Sayed. Here's Satirur's coach, Niaz Rahman. Yes, he will be happy with his side's response to that goal. They've not been swept under the carpet so far in the first 10 minutes. Here's a through ball that couldn't really get enough. Shafiq Thekumpat is playing as an overlapping side back today. The two overlapping side backs always have a huge responsibility of not just scoring goals, making sure that the back line stays intact. They play a more attacking role as compared to the centre backs. So once you qualify from the first round to the next round, and you are divided in those two groups, then the topper of each of those two groups will directly earn a place in the I League, and of course, they'll be playing the final, which will decide the winner and the runners up of this competition. Now, from the right flank, Mohammad Taslim is another overlapping side back. We saw a lot of him. In comes the delivery from the left. Couldn't really judge the ball enough. Rifat, the delivery was good. Probably should have stationed a bit behind Rifat. Here's Ashwin. Loses a possession. Now from the left. Tirur. In comes the delivery. The header set up, but brilliant save. Brilliant presence of mind. This is top stuff going on here. End to end action. It's a tug of war of contest. Once again, if we see crisp delivery and the goalkeeper using his legs to make sure that the ball is cleared away. But they earn yet another set piece. It's going to be Shafiq who's going to take that corner. Which post does he target? It's not a good delivery. Headed away by Lake City. But Tirur still in action. Tirur still desperate for that equalizer. The previous game we saw the runners up of the Kerala Premier League. In the first half, they were a tad bit in the shell, just trying to figure out things, just trying to see whether they can understand the gameplay of the opposition, Sports Odisha. And then in the second half, they came all guns blazing. The first goal, of course, from Rifat was against the run of play, and then it was just Sad Tirur all over. So they'll be drawing out a lot of confidence. They would be oozing with a lot of confidence ahead of this clash. They have to translate that into a good performance, but they know that this wouldn't be an easy job. Lake City FC are one of the most formidable sides from Madhya Pradesh, like I mentioned. Madhya Pradesh Premier League two-time champions, and in the last two editions, they've been the champions of the Bhopal League as well in the last two editions. So in both these tournaments, it is Lake City FC who have had the dominant run, have registered a lot of victories. So they are someone you can definitely bet your money on. Here's Taslim. Now from the back line, Chris passes. 15 minutes up on the clock. The scoreline 1-0 in favor of Lake City FC. In comes the diagonal ball, but of course didn't have that much power to reach towards the left flank. But they somehow managed to maintain possession. They're sharing the lion's share of possession here at the moment. Sad Tirur in a desperate attempt to stage a comeback. They're desperate to stage a comeback. They have to do something special. One of the most heartwarming stories of this team was they were blanked 0-5 by Kerala Police in the playoffs. the Super 6 playoffs of the Kerala Premier League, and then they defeated them in the semi-finals. In comes the cross in a dangerous position. There was a beautiful delivery, looked delectable, but the goalkeeper has copped a blow. Once again, if you see the replay, perfect dip, and just when he was about to get that header, this collision with the player, the collision with jersey number 36 of Sat Tirur, Abdul Danish. And you can see Hitendra Singh down. Physio swinging into action. Just making sure that Hitendra Singh is doing fine. Hitendra Singh is one of the most important assets and the wheels of Lake City FC. We've seen enough of him in a lot of tournaments. Madhya Pradesh Premier League. Story of the game so far, Lake City FC have scored the goal. It is Amay who had scored that goal. Remember, Lake City FC finished at the top of the Madhya Pradesh Premier Football League. They had played 10 matches, they won 8, they drew 2. So they were unbeaten. In the previous edition of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League, BLG, the Diamond Rock FC, finished second with a couple of losses, followed by Madan Maharaj FC and Brahmapur Football Club in Burhanpur in Madhya Pradesh. Some end-to-end action whenever these two sides lock horns with each other. At the moment, as you can see, the score line 1-0 in favor of Sat Tirur. Here's the build-up. Rupesh a while back, the physio coming in. Team manager is, of course, Saurav Velvanshi. The head coach, Mangesh Desai. All of them have the expertise, all of them have the experience of conjuring magic. And we've seen that in a lot of tournaments as well. But here's Sat Tirur from Kerala, established very recently, the club, competing against the best sides of Kerala in the Kerala Premier League, and then finishing runners up in front of Kerala United. That's a very special tournament. That's a very special achievement in itself. They've gotten a hang of how things will pan out in this I League 3 tournament in Noihati in the state of West Bengal, eastern part of India, coming all the way down south. So they would have a fair bit of understanding of how things will pan out here today, and they should capitalize on it. Still, I'm reiterating there's plenty of time remaining in this clash. There's plenty of time remaining in this clash to stage a comeback. So, Sat Tirur cannot be dropping their guards, they cannot be dropping their shoulders. All they can expect is a good comeback. Like the previous game, we saw Taslim from the right flank. They have to utilize the flanks extremely well. Here's Adib Bashir, gives a good ball forward. Gentle turn, the chip shot, but comfortably goes to Hitendra. Sanul Hadia and Rifat had scored the goal. Jersey number 15 and jersey number 9 of Sat Tirur had found their names on the goal scoring sheet in the previous match. Just a couple of days. If you're wondering when Diamond Harbour will be playing, Diamond Harbour will be playing tomorrow. In fact, day after tomorrow, the next time that there's an I League 3 game going on. Both the teams eyeing for that second spot, eyeing for that first spot. Sat Tirur a win in this game, and they would be more or less within the top two for the time being. Of course, have to play Ghaziabad. In comes the run, and they have to play Diamond Harbour. So, two exciting games, a total of five teams in each group. Each one of them plays four matches. In comes the ball, good control. This is what I was talking about. The defensive prowess, especially from the central defenders, has been top notch. They stationed extremely well. They know exactly when to do the man marking. That has paid rich dividends to them. That has always delivered the goods for them. The two central defenders of Lake City always doing extremely well. Sports Odisha next cross swords with Diamond Harbour on 7th at the Noihati Stadium. The kickoff time is 9 p.m. And of course, the second game on 7th is Lake City FC and of course Ghaziabad City FC. And on 9th, that's a Monday, it's going to be Ghaziabad, then locking horns with Sant Tirur, followed by Diamond Harbour and Lake City. Here's the incoming attack from the right. On the build-up coming in comes the cross towards the far post, but a timely jump by Hitendra and collected well despite some stiff resistance from the red shirts. Once again, if we see the replay, it was a good ball in by Adhib Bashir. Rifat couldn't get past Hitendra on that occasion. So desperate attempts to stage a comeback, and after that first goal, Lake City FC haven't been able to produce any more chances. That has got to do a lot about the change in intent and the change in proceedings. I've always reiterated this during commentary that the first couple of minutes, the first 5 minutes, are very important because that is the time when most of the teams get into the groove. They try to get their bearings right, and that is something which the opponents want to take care of. In the previous game between Diamond Harbour and Ghaziabad, we saw Narohari Shrestha score the fastest goal in Indian football. A goal within the first 10 seconds, that brilliant long ball from Gilik Khosla. I beg your pardon, the brilliant long ball from Jobby Justin from the left, and then that fantastic finish from Narohari Shrestha. He volleyed it across in the very first touch. Here's from the right. Here's Taslim. Can't get past the first line of defense. Flag immediately raised. He's just copped a blow. Atharva. And another corner for the men in maroon and white. This time around, it's going to be Ashwin who's going to take it. Plenty of blue shirts inside the D. Here comes the ball. But it's the blue shirts who were plenty in number who had the final laugh in this set piece. Remember, Lake City FC won the top sides of Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. They are two-time champions of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League as well. Now, another corner, another chance to break the shackles of mediocrity which they have displayed in this game here. Short corner, bit of a variation, just a couple of passes. Now, once again, didn't quite get that aerial route. Now, a couple of passes, and once again, we'll see the build-up. First goal being scored by Amay. "25 minutes up on the clock. We're halfway into the first half. It's at the moment Lake City FC with their noses ahead. See the replay again. It's a bit of a challenge from behind. And they have to push the ball away from their defensive third here. Lake City FC. That is the only way they can stage a comeback. from the proceedings which are going on at the moment. They're under the pump. A one goal cushion is never enough in football. They have to make sure they stage a comeback. That's a quick throw. Here's for Hajas. So after a very long time, they passed their defensive third, not playing the long balls. Just those passes, executing those passes well to build it up. Here's from the right. There's plenty of space. In comes the cross. This time collected crisply and completely by Ahmed Ashfar. Ahmed Ashfar couldn't judge that awkward bounce when the ball came. There was a flip up, and the goal was scored by Amay Bhatpal. These things happen in football. You have to just treat it as a pinch of salt, digest it, and then forget it about that flip up, because there's plenty of matches remaining to be played after this game. You've got two more matches. You've got plenty of time in this game. But Niaz Pulat means business. Niaz Rahman means business. The couple of goal scorers, Rifat and Hassanul, they played well in the previous game, and that is why you've got Hassanul Hadia, who has replaced Mohammad Bashir. On the other hand, Adib Bashir has been replaced, or in fact has replaced Khalid Roshan. So the ones who were not in the groove in the previous game, they have been replaced. They have been pushed to the substitute bench. So it simply means that Niaz Rahman means business. Niaz Rahman is desperate to do something. If you see how things panned out here, it didn't quite look desperate. Doesn't get a card on that occasion because it wasn't a very desperate foul, wasn't a very intentional foul. Here's from the left. Flag stays down. In comes the delivery. Headed away beautifully by Lake City FC. But they still have the ball possession here. And they're going to take a shot from a distance. No, they give it forward. Looking for space. In comes the curler, but of course collected well by Hitendra Singh. Eyes on the prize for him. He would be looking to have the delivery. He would be looking to keep a clean sheet in this match. Sad Tirur, after going one goal down, their passing strategy has been fantastic. They made those short, crisp passes. The defensive fortress has been guarded well by the back line. Now in comes the ball from the left. A couple of players in front of him. In comes the grounder. Man marking is on point. And the strikers of Satirur finding it extremely hard to get away from them markers. Fantastic work from Satirur. They're utilizing the flanks extremely well. They're not concentrating on one area on the field. They're not creating a hotspot on the football field. They're constantly trying out different areas. They're trying out different tactics to get that equalizer. We saw this gameplay from them in the second half of their previous game in Sports Odisha, against Sports Odisha. First half, they were trying to build up proceedings. They were trying to get into the zone, get into the mix. And then in the second half, those brilliant combination plays, those team plays eventually led them to the goal. And as we approach the half hour mark, quick drinks break. It's a good chance to include your strategies. It's a good chance to revitalize your energy levels as well. It is extremely humid. So I think that can revitalize all the energy levels. electrolytes, let's drink some water. A lot of sand, Tirur fans and believers would believe. Hope that this come back, plenty of confidence and intent being shown by Sad Tirur. Remember, confidence reinforces ability. The more confident you are, the more chances that fortune will favor you. Like they say, once you're brave, you're brave enough, you're confident enough, you'll be staging a comeback.
কাকাকে বল কাকাকে
Two teams stepping into the turf once again. The Noihati Stadium is a stadium that teems with a lot of stories. Right from Mohammedan Sporting Club to Diamond Harbour, those are two heavyweights in the footballing ecosystem of Bengal. It's their home stadium. They play most of the matches here in the CFL. Here's Lake City with the counter. Not a lot of pace on the counter and couldn't deliver that through ball with perfection. Now they have to find those pockets of spaces to get those through balls in. That is something which Tirur has done with those creative, mazy runs. They've got those through balls in. That's added a lot of pressure on the defenders of Lake City.
এই দাঁড়া এখানে কোথায়
Tirur, despite being a goal down, they have the ability to stage a comeback. They're an embodiment of resilience. We've seen that in the Kerala Premier League as well. Whenever they are down by a goal, they're never down and out. They're never on their haunches. They're always looking for creative ways to stage comebacks. Good thing is that they've not let that second minute goal shake their confidence. A lot of the times, an early goal shakes people's confidence, like we saw between Harbour and Ghaziabad. Yes, there was a gulf between the two teams in terms of quality and expertise, but it was Diamond Harbour who capitalized on the fact that they scored that quick goal. First goal was by Naruhari Sreshta. Now from the right, angle is tough. In comes the cross, and in comes that perfect header, unmarked near the far post. And we knew that it's not a lot of time before Tirur scored a goal. An exhibition of pure class, perseverance, persistence, and it's none other than Rifat. Gets away from his marker. Was unmarked for a large period of time. And an inch perfect cross followed by that inch perfect header. Rifat scores his second goal of this tournament. He had scored the previous goal as well against Sports Odisha. What a way to get that equalizer. It's persistence. The hard work has persisted. It's paid off. And this man would be happy, Niaz Rehman. It's 1-1 at Noihati Stadium. And that goal from Lake City has dissipated as Tirur. Now you can see adding pressure. We've always seen this in football. After a goal, there's always constant pressing. Just to make things difficult. Momentum is with them. In comes the cross. Here's from the left. Gentle pass. Now good combination play. Tough angle. No one towards the far post to take that incoming assist. Back in possession with Tirur. Once again, if you see the replay, did well to get past those 5 red shirts. Ashish Lalge Just about 10 minutes of regulation time remaining in the first half. Constant tussle for possession here at the moment. Current champions of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League, Lake City FC, they were unbeaten in their entire tournament, finished right at the top of the points table, thereby earned qualification to I League 3. Remember, total of 4 teams will be qualifying to I League 2, 3 of them in this edition, 1 of them in the next. I'll tell you the criteria. Now that's a good ball in from the left, but the central defender stationed at the right time, at the right place. Brilliant presence of mind on that occasion from Worsley Pace. They've earned another corner here. Sat Tirur. It's to be Adhib Bashir who takes that. Adhib Bashir comes in place of Khalid Roshan today. He's in the starting lineup. Can he repose the faith of the coach? Decent delivery, but just plenty of traffic. Threat still not over. Hassanul Hadi takes in that cross. Last touch from, of course, the red player, and back in possession with Hitendra Singh. Those aerial balls, those aerial duels are always exciting to watch, and that is something which they have to do a tad bit better. Couple of aerial balls, but that constant pressure from Akash Rai has paid off. Hence, Tirur couldn't get enough from that incoming cross from that set piece. The I League 3, there are 5 groups, of course. As we speak, some of the matches are going on in the other places of India. Now, top 2 from each group will be qualifying to the next round, and a total of 10 teams from the 5 groups will be qualifying. They'll be divided into 2 groups of 5 teams each. And the topper of each group, they'll be directly qualifying to the final. They'll be playing the finals. They'll be qualifying to I League 2. Second place positioned teams, they'll be qualifying to I League 2024-2025. Couple of passes, takes that shot from the edge of the 18-yard circle, but just gets lost in the traffic. Here's the counter attack, building it up. They cannot be allowing the defenders to fall back into place and the defensive midfielders of Sat Tirur, but eventually they do fall back in place. That's a good through ball now from the right in the first touch, takes the cross, wayward delivery, and hence possession back in favor of Sat Tirur. We're looking solid, we're looking resolute. Now, does that have a bit too much pressure? They keep control. In comes the cross. But there was Rahul Vaishnav Das of Lake City position near the far post. Clears it away, does not want any problem. There you can see. Should have done much better than that. The cross. Inside Tirur. Here's Arshad. Another set piece. Plenty of corners which Sad Tirur have received in this game. Here's Adib Bashir. There's Hardy. Hardy takes the shot, but of course kisses the side net. Has to take those chances. Tempting from that distance. Was straight to Hassanul Hadi, who did very well control the incoming ball. Now, Lake City FC trying all sorts of different tactics in this game. Here comes the diagonal
নিচে নামো
ball.
নিচে নামো
Can he get near it? Yes, he does. But remains to be seen whose last touch was it. It's going to be a corner for Lake City FC and a chance for them to break past the mediocrity and get into excellence. Can it be an exhibition of flair and flamboyance in this game at Noihati Stadium? Man marking is going on well inside the D. You can see plenty of blue shirts. That is what they would be targeting. Here's Lake City FC. In comes the delivery. Now chance. Just goes over the bar.
6 নম্বর
Karan Wagmare on that occasion was unmarked. That is exactly the strategy. They didn't want to take the header directly into the goal. Wagmare was stationed near the edge of the D. That is how he took the shot, but of course, a bit too much power on it, and hence it sailed over the bar. Just about 3 minutes remaining of regulation time in the ongoing game.
হুম
It's plenty of time
হুম
to get a winner, plenty of time for them to score that goal. There's one Lake City FC player who's pressing. Now that's a poor way to give away possession there. Side Tirur. In comes the counter attack. Decent ball in. Amaya Bhatkal, the goal scorer for Lake City FC, didn't have the bandwidth to reach over there. That's another long ball. Haven't been able to get those long balls well, but this time keeps control. They're moving forward. Chance near the far post. It was a fantastic grounder. But once again, like I was mentioning, the man marking has been on point. Ashwin this time in the far post.
এখনো দেয়নি দেখালে আমি বলবো হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে
Tirur in the Kerala Premier League. That the lowest budget among all Super teams that have qualified. Especially meaning for them that they had not only qualified to the Super Six playoffs, they finished fourth, and then they qualified to the finals where they lost 1-3. Yes, with Kerala United, which is a very tempting shot from the opposite team. They cross bar
হ্যাঁ
and international
হ্যাঁ
youth rating. For the scouts, of the football team that we watching all the matches of I League, not only the first division, not only I League 2, I League 3 as well. The I League 3 is just the stepping stone towards I League 2, which is a
দেরি আছে
total of 4 teams will be going to I League 2 in this edition. Here's the build up now. In the midfield, tussle for possession. In comes the through ball towards the left. There's a lot of open space that he has. Creates a tad bit of space.
সেকেন্ড অ্যাডেড টাইম
Now, 3 minutes of added time, as I've been told. It's 180 more seconds of drama that is unfolding at the Noihati Stadium. 180 more seconds of excellent footballing action that we can expect at the Noihati Stadium. But this guy on your screen, Hitendra Singh, has copped a few blows, but he's been superb. He's been superb with those acrobatic saves so far, with those presence of minds. But what we have to give credit is the defensive work, the back line of Lake City, Rahul, Akash, Atharva, Worsley, they have done well. Constant pressing from side Tirur in a bid to gain possession. This time Danish and Akash Rai in that tussle. Just put his hand on his stomach, and that shirt pull was right in the line of sight of the assistant referee,
ए हलूद कर दे क्या
and gets that first card. So we have the first card of today, and it's Akash Rai, who's flashed a yellow card. Needs to be a tad bit careful with those aggressive tackles, with those aggressive pulls. It's half time already. Always managers have this tendency to sub off players who already have a card in the game. That is something that he would be quite wary of. He would be hoping that doesn't land himself in a violent duel. But a set piece from a dangerous position. In comes the delivery. Perfect ball. Just a tad bit elevation. But it was such a beautiful ball in near the far post. The curler just going over the crossbar. Sails over the crossbar by a narrow margin. A dip. A tad bit of dip by a few centimeters would have yielded into the first goal. The goalkeeper Hitendra Singh was just appreciating him, had to make a full stretch dive to save that incoming thunderbolt. Here's the build up from the left. Just a through ball. In comes the delivery. Cleared away beautifully. Once again, the clearance on point. Defensive prowess has been really good on that occasion. But they've earned themselves a set piece. In comes the ball. Had a clearance on that occasion. Possession once again diverted. All eyes on the on-field referee Manish Vashish for today.
ए दादा
And
रेप 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 रेप
with that, we draw curtains to the first half. It's 1-1 after Lake City FC's Amay Bhatkal scored that first goal in the first couple of minutes. It's Tirur who staged a comeback. They were relentless, and eventually it gave them results. Persistence always plays a key role, and that is what had happened. Akash Rai was flashed a yellow card, but it was Rifat who scored his second goal in I League 3, who found the back of the net. Fantastic. We'll take a quick look at the highlights. This was the pushback, and there was a little flip up from the goalkeeper of Sat Tirur, but a few chances which they got. But Hitendra Singh, the goalkeeper of Lake City FC, have been on point. They've done extremely well. This was the cross that came in, parried away by the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper has been extremely good here, Hitendra Singh. This was near the edge of the D. Once again collected beautifully. And this was, of course, that header. Brilliant ball in, and then that fantastic header. Deft header. There was a good combination play from Arshad and, of course, Rifat.
सर काउंट कर लीजिए इधर 10 चाहिए
Aerial balls, which was eventually won by Hitendra Singh. Lake City FC having the last laugh. This was a poor finish. This time around, a creative shot from Kosat Tirur's Hassanul Hadia, who had scored a goal in the previous game. And this was a solid chance that Curler just needed that extra little bit of a dip towards the end. But that is the story of the first half. Stay tuned to the live broadcast. We'll be back with the second half soon. At halftime, it is Lake City FC 1, Sad Tirur 1.
এই তো নিয়ে নিয়েছি
ताड़ाताड़ी दिए ताड़ाताड़ी दिए छाया जा ये तो डाकছে তো ছায়া নাই কি এখানে বল নেই 10টা আছে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে সব কলকাতায় খেলতে হবে অনেকটা বল দিচ্ছে ওই যখন দাম কমে যায় তখন উনি করে উনি অলরেডি কথা শুরু হয়ে গেছে কিন্তু একটা আমি তো ওকে ইনকাম দিতে বারণ করি যে আমার বাড়িতেই আছে ওই যে ও যখন ফোন দেয় আমি তখন ওকে বলি যে ইনকামটা ফোন দিস না আমার আছে ফোন করে মাঠের বাইরে যেতে এরিয়ার মধ্যে চলে গেল তখন আর খাওয়া অসুবিধা হবে তখন তো ফাইন মেরে উঠতে গেলে পরেও খাওয়া পেয়ে যাবো সব থেকে বেশি ব্যাপার 24x7 রেডি করে 2015 থেকে চালিয়ে যাচ্ছে এই কালি বেশি দিকে না না আমারটা হচ্ছে ভাটপাড়া পৌরসভা 6 নম্বর ওয়ার্ড কারণ হচ্ছে আপনাদের লাস্ট তারাই আছে যে ওয়ার্ডটা শেষ মানে খালটা খালের পরেই আমার বাড়ি থেকে কাকিনা স্টেশন 7 মিনিট আর পেটি স্টেশন হচ্ছে 3 মিনিট হ্যাঁ তার জন্য আমবাগান হ্যাঁ ওটা ওইটা মানে ভাটপাড়া কাঠপুর লেগেছো হুম এটা কাঠপুরের উপরে যাওয়া যায় ভাটপাড়া একদম কাঠপুরের গোড়ায় বাড়ি মানে আমার বাড়ি থেকে যদি কাঠপুরে উঠলে আপনি দেখতে পাবেন মানে রাস্তার উপরেই বাড়ি কিন্তু আমার বাড়ি থেকে কাঠপুরে কেউ আসতে দেখতে পাই বাড়ির জন্য মানে এই বাড়ি থাকবেই জন্য যেমন এখন কেউ বলছিল হয়তো গিয়ে বলে যে আজকে এখন আসবেন বিকেলবেলা সঙ্গে সঙ্গে মোটামুটি তাও বাড়িতে 9:30 থেকে 10:30 এখনো টাইম দেওয়া থাকে ওর মধ্যে যে আসলো আসলো না আর বিকেলবেলা তো 7:30টার পরে তখন থাকুন থাকুন তাহলে 9:30টার সময় বন্ধ করি বাড়ির সঙ্গেই তো
স্যার বাইরে আসবেন না
না
কি করবেন
বারণ বাইরে যাবো
ওখানে বসে কি করছেন
বাইরে যাওয়া বারণ
বারণ করেছেন
তোমার খেতে দেবে না কিছু করবে না
আজকে ব্যবস্থা করে দিই আপনাকে
চা খাওয়াবে না, কিছু না, শুধু খালি জল খাওয়াবে। জল খায় কি পেট ভরে?
জল খেয়ে পেট ভরে? তাহলে আজকে আপনি তো ব্যবস্থা করেছি।
তারপরে আবার আমি এখান থেকে আবার ইয়েতে যাবো, তোমাদের পাড়ায় যাবো, তোমার বাড়িতে যাবো।
হ্যাঁ যান, ওখানে ব্যবস্থা করা আছে সব।
আসো।
রাজ্যে সব গাছ ছাড়া বলতে
হ্যাঁ, বাচ্চা তো দিয়েছে না, আমাকে বললো দুবার দুবার বলে গেল বিট দেবো, দেয়নি। কিছু বললে ঝাড় খেতে হবে, বিট হয়ে যায়। প্রথমে বললো আপনার বিট দেয়নি, আমি দিচ্ছি একটু পরে। আবার বলে একবার হ্যাঁ আসছি, তারপরে আসবো, কিছু বলে ঝাড়ে দিলাম। কিছু বলি একটু বুঝে আসি ফাঁকির বলে কী করবো? কে করেনি? করেছিল তো, মাটি ছিল, 72টা মাটি ছিল একদম। সকালবেলা খারাপ হচ্ছে, বাড়ি থেকে সকালবেলাতে 7:30টার মধ্যে বাড়ি থেকে বেরোই, কোন টিফিন খেয়ে বেরোবো তো? এই দেখো না, আমার কথা
তাও তো তোমাদের একটা কর্তব্য তো।
আগে কখন টিফিন দিয়েছে? তুমি দেখো, আমি এসেছি সকাল 7:30 এখান থেকে আবার ওখানে যাবো ক্যাম্প করবো, ক্যাম্প করে আবার একটা সময় ওখানে ঢুকবো। ওখান থেকে আবার যদি ওটি থাকে আজকে বৃহস্পতিবার, তাহলে নাহলে আমার নাইট ডিউটি আছে মনে হয়। মনে হয় মানে আমাকে ফোন করে বলেছি দুজনগুলো নাইটটা একটু করে দেবেন, যদি হয় তাহলে আমার সকালে ফোন করে পরে
কালকে ওখানে ছিলেন কিনা কি জানি, আমি কোনো ভাবছিলাম যে এবার
কোনখানে?
ফোন করি।
না আমার এখন ঢুকিনি,
ছিলাম না,
আজকে এখন ঢুকিনি।
রাত্রিরে করছিলাম তো।
দেখো
আরে ইয়ে
মিছিল জমাই তো, হ্যাঁ ওই তো জমাই আমি দিয়েছিল তো, হ্যাঁ জানি আমি, হঠাৎ করে মিটিংয়ে ডেকেছিল। শুনলাম আমি বাড়িতে বসে ওটা তখন কী জন্য বললো, জ্যাম হয়ে গেছে। বললো মানে রোড ও আমার পেশেন্ট গেছিলো এক্স রে করতে যাচ্ছিলো, জ্যামে আটকে গেছে। এখন এটা করতে হবে, ওকে না মেরে, তখন না মেরে একদম তলায় তলায় গেম খেলতে হবে। তাই শিওর বললো, বললো বলেছে, আমি খুশি হয়েছি। লক্ষ্মী ভাণ্ডার বলা বন্ধ করো, পুরো বেঁচে বেঁচে বন্ধ করো। ভালো দিক হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, না বলছে কাজ হচ্ছে, বললো কাজ করছে। তো বললো তো আমাকে, বললো যে সকাল থেকে কাজ করছিল, হয়তো হয়ে গেছে এখন। হ্যাঁ আমি বললাম, আমাকে বললো অকাশ কি, বললো হ্যাঁ ওই কাজ হচ্ছে, এই কথা বললো। এবার ও তো বাড়িতে বসে আছি, যারা কাজ করছে হয়তো হয়ে গেছে, চালু হয়ে গেছে। না না সে তো ওদের এখন বলছি যে স্কুলের পাশে ক্যাম্প দেওয়া বন্ধ করে দিল। স্কুলের ট্যাব দিতে না, ট্যাব ট্যাব বন্ধ করে দিল।
সাবস্টিটিউট
নানা রকম প্রকল্প দিয়ে দিয়েছে।
লালো লালো সাবস্টিটিউট জলদি লালো
প্রেগনেন্সি পজিটিভ হলে সেটা 5,000 টাকা ওই ইনকাম হয়ে যাচ্ছে। এখন এখানে 100 নম্বরে ফোন করে বিনামূল্যে অ্যাম্বুলেন্স নিয়ে যাচ্ছে। আবার ক্লিয়ার করতে গেলে সাংবাদিকরা বিনামূল্যে আর কি চাইছে। কন্যাশ্রী, যুবশ্রী, সাইকেল, পথশ্রী, হ্যান্ডি, জার্নি, মেয়ের বিয়ে বা মায়েরা তারা মেয়ের বিয়ের জন্য 25,000 টাকা পাচ্ছে। বিয়ে হচ্ছে কি হচ্ছে না পরে 25,000 টাকা দিয়ে তারা বাড়িতে আলাদা দিয়ে
And we are live again at the Noihati Stadium for the second half, for the exhilarating second half between Lake City FC and Sant Tirur. Sides from Madhya Pradesh and Kerala, all in their glory, all in their hunger to do well out there on the field to do something special. We saw an exhibition of class, an exhibition of persistence from both the sides. In the second minute of the game, it was Lake City FC who got that goal. Amay Bhatkal has previously played for a lot of clubs in the previous I League. He's played for Namdhari FC. Prior to that, he's also played straight for Downtown Heroes, SC Bengaluru. So he's an experienced campaigner. And after having a goalless I League campaign in the previous one, he's now staged a comeback. He's playing straight for Lake City FC. Amay Bhatkal. And on the other hand, it is Rifat who combined with Arshad. Arshad with that cross from the right flank and Rifat with that perfect header to find the back of the net and to make sure that Sant Tirur have scored that equalizer. Welcoming everyone to the live broadcast. My name is Shayunto and I hope you guys are enjoying this game of I League 3. This is match number 3 of Group A, tense competition. And with that whistle, we kickstart proceedings for the second half itself. It's a change. Side important side as well. It was the live streaming on Indian Football YouTube channel, which was shared across with all your friends, with your family members, as we gear up for an exciting match today. That's the scene. We have to focus at the end. Now that's a misdirected pass. Poor way to end the opportunity of giving out possession. What are we going to see now? Here's Lake City from the left now. They have a lot of space. That's a creative run, gets past the first line of defense. Takes a shot, but just wide. Good intent, brilliant intent going on. That is exactly what you want to see from someone like Lake City FC who got that goal. There you can see from a distance, but the only thing wrong about that entire passage of play was that he couldn't keep it on target. It's the goalkeeper whose little mix up eventually led to that first goal being happening. Constant pressing, and that's an aggressive push. He's not happy with the referee's decision. Is he going to get a card? Not quite yet. See how things panned out. It was a close combat. Just to give a little context to everyone, this is the I League 3 that's happening, the fourth division football league in India, the fourth in the footballing pyramid in the football tier. The Indian Super League is, of course, the top tier football league, followed by the I League, and then, of course, I League 2, and which is happening right now, I League 3. A total of 4 teams will be going across to the next round. Remember, 2 teams from each group. There are a total of 5 groups. The match that you're watching, this is Group A. A total of 2 teams from each group will be going. The top two, that forms 10. Then from the 10, they will be divided into 2 groups of 5 each, and then the group toppers will be playing the finals, and they'll obviously be qualifying to I League 2024 2025. Winners of that final will be adjudged the winner of this competition, and on the other end, the runners up of that match will be adjudged the runners up of the entire competition. Then the second place teams of both the groups among those top 10 will come to that, but this time a good bit of defensive work. Didn't let the ball bounce, didn't let it do any damage. Mohammad Nihal is the gentle push forward. A swing it was. Once again, it's the men in maroon and white who are dominating proceedings. Rifat, goal scorer. Here's Arshad. Arshad's shot gets blocked by Worsley Pace. Oh, that's a good ball. That's good combination play. But that grounder wasn't the one that could have affected them. Should have targeted the far post with the aerial ball. Here comes the counter. Lake City FC are tearing forward on the counter, but he has less options up front. He gives it towards the right. Good through ball. In comes the cross. Header set up. But that first header touch wasn't that smooth from Ashish Lalge, and hence lacked the power and lacked the coordination. But once again, brilliant combination play from Lake City FC. Post that goal, sat Tirur. Second minute, it was very fluid. It was not that fluid. The first half up against the defenders of Sat Tirur. We started out Lake City. It is a little better. Here's Akash Rai, who has been dealt to the go. He seems to be in a lot of pain. Akash Rai also has a yellow card, so wouldn't be surprising if their team coach Mangesh Desai decides to take him off. It would be really surprising. On the other hand, you see Fahajas, the captain, is having a quick chat with Niaz Rahman. Interesting to see how things pan out. The physio just having a quick look at Akash Rai. Now, from a distance, gives that ball forward. There was a touch from Lake City, but still in possession. Now loses out possession. Now intercepted well. Look at the pace with which they are advancing, with similar pace from the defender to stop that incoming threat. Abdul Danish it was in the midfield. Lake City still have the ball. Here's the captain, Altama Sayed, zip towards the right flank. Adib Bashir.
আরে না, ওই যে ইয়েতে যে পড়ে গেছিল, তারপরে ও মাঠে থেকে বেরোয়নি।
Now, the throw in seems like it's going to be a long one. Rahul, in comes the long throw in. Had a set up chance over there, but the traffic inside the D of those red and white shirts made sure that they evade the threat. Brilliant work. Sad Tirur, of course, like I was mentioning a while back, that they're coming on the back of a victory. They were very fluid in the previous game, and after that, after they were a goal down, they were pretty fluid as well with their movements, with those creative passes. There's the long ball once again, but this time just a tad bit too much pressure and couldn't get enough on it. Here's Rahul Das. Comes the quick throw in to the captain, Syed. Syed would be tad bit disappointed that the lead has dissipated away for the major parts of the first half. It was Lake City, but here's another extremely horrible way of giving away possession, especially in your own defensive third. You cannot be giving away the ball so easily with those passes. This goes on to show that you're dropping your shoulder, but it's 1-1 at the moment. Yes, the teams can breathe a sigh of relief because last time around I League 3 had only one team qualifying from each group. This time there are two teams qualifying from each group. This time from the edge of the box, in comes the cross, but had that angle, and therefore it straight went to the defender of Lake City FC. Once again, if we see how things panned out, two sides in the state leagues, one the champion, one the runner up, both of them exhibiting some high quality football here. Both of them now with that perfect through ball. Here's from the left, that bit of open space, in comes the grounder. He has space, once again the finishing touch missing from Tirur. This was a golden opportunity. Now at this level of the game, you have to take those shots. There you can see perfect through ball with no marking. Probably should have just waited for it and then taken that shot, but he decided to go for the first touch itself, and hence they couldn't get that. It was a perfect grounder pass from Arshad. And eventually, Adib Bashir added a lot of pressure with his boot on the ball. He was the captain of Tirur. For Hajas in the previous game, he had a couple of defensive blunders, but those defensive frailties did not affect his team's scoreline. I think it's going to be a handball, is it?
Handball.
Rahul Das is having a quick chat. He had his arms stretched out, but in a dangerous position at the edge of the 18-yard box. You cannot be affording to get those handballs. Just a few centimeters inside could have been the first penalty. Yes. Hitendra Singh just marshalling his troops. But it's going to be Arshad who takes that set piece as we enter the hour mark. Is it going to be Arshad who gets the second goal? Is it going to be Arshad who takes Tirur forward? We'll shortly get to know. Arshad with that shot straight to the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper failed to stop it. There was a little bit of an angle, there was pressure as well, there was power coming in from the ball. Should have collected it. It's a regulation catch for a goalkeeper at this level here. Hitendra Singh. And Tirur have another corner. This time it's Adib Bashir, who didn't start the previous game, now has come in place of Khalid Roshan. Adib Bashir, plenty of maroon and white shirts inside the D. In comes the delivery near the near post. Had an opportunity, but goes over. Mohammad Taslim, visibly frustrated and disappointed with that. Was near the near post. The idea was right to give it towards Taslim. Just needed a little bit of a deftness. That would have been that goal. Lake City FC, if you're wondering, they're playing in their blue kits and they are from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. They are two-time champions of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League in the last two editions. They've got some exciting names in their team. HMG Center for Sports Excellence owns the club. Chairman is Abhishek Mohan Gupta. Their head coach, Mangesh Desai, would be having mixed feelings and emotions today. After that goal, they couldn't consolidate on it, and hence the equalizer was scored by Rifat. This was an aggressive pull. Here's Rahul Das indicating that it was an elbow push. Gives the two teams a little breather. There's Sayyed. He's going to take that free kick. Yeah. There's Sayyed. And what's he going to do now? In comes Sayyed. Loses out possession near the edge of the box. But intercepted once again by Sayyed. Back in possession. Now Sayyed now takes a shot. Simple enough save on that occasion from the goalkeeper of Tirur. Now coming from the right, Tirur enjoyed a lot of possession. Now wriggling to space, launches that ball. That is heavy for the players taking inside the deep to lose out possession. Sultanis. There's a quick ball. There's Akshay. Can Akshay do it to the hands of the goalkeeper? It's near the far post, but collected extremely well by Ahmed Ashfar. Good combination play, slick passes, crisp passes. These short bursts of pace is eventually adding a lot of pressure on the defenders, keeping the opposition defenders on their toes. Towards the left now. The Noihati Stadium. This is the third game that they are hosting in I League 3. First was, of course, between Diamond Harbour and Ghaziabad. We'll come to that. But here's Altamas Sayyad. That's a good shot towards the goal on target. But this time, no mistake from the goalkeeper of Sat Tirur, Ahmed Ashfar, in the first half. Was a tad bit unlucky. The first couple of minutes takes a while to get the bearings right, and eventually conceded that goal. So many times we've seen this. The colors with those angles, with those tips, sometimes can be extremely detrimental. But here's an attack that's building up. Now Altamas Sayyad gets that bit of space, but intercepted beautifully by that sliding tackle. Here's Rahul Das. In comes the cross towards the far post. Threat is still not over, but this time around volleyed away by Lake City. Now the counter. Yes, that bit of space, tries to give that diagonal ball towards the right flank, but is that run going to save it? Yes, it does. No. Eventually, the ball goes outside the goal line. Lake City FC would heave a sigh of relief. It was Arshad on your screen. Tried his level best, and there you can see Adib Bashir just asking his diagonal partner to be ready to be on the move. Adib Bashir, the referee, just having a quick chat.
আমি চেঞ্জ করবো
Not happy with something that panned out inside the stadium. Here's the side back. Once again, a couple of really poor ways to give away possession.
হ্যাঁ দেখাবো দেখাবো
I think we're going to have a couple of substitutions at Tirur. The manager wants some fresh legs, but before that, in comes the shot from Adib Bashir, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. And a couple of substitutions we will be having. I can see here's a chance one-on-one with the goalkeeper. But the defensive troops showing what they are made up of, showcasing their talent and their mettle. Lake City would be hoping that they've missed something. Bhuvanesh Shindre. Now the couple of substitutions that are coming in.
ঘুরে দিন
Tirur's jersey number 7, Hassanul Hadia,
হ্যাঁ
and Adib Bashir goes off. And in comes a couple of new players for Sat Tirur, Imran and Muhammad Irshad. Lake City will also be having a substitution, a change in their personnel on the field, as about
আয় না
25 odd minutes remain in this clash at the Noihati Stadium.
আসছেও না সব।
In comes Denzil Mascarenhas from Mumbai. He's going to play a huge role. Once again, if we see the replay, poor way to give away possession there.
এই পেছনের ডাক্তারগুলো হেভি বকছে কিন্তু পেছনের ডাক্তারগুলো হেভি বকছে এখানে চলে আসছে এখানে চলে আসছে আবার। হ্যাঁ ধরেছি তো এই যে
Here's a set piece.
কি দেখাবে
In comes the delivery towards the near post. Goalkeeper got his hand, but eventually the ball goes outside.
রেপ 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 সাইড সাইড
Here's another set piece. Here's another opportunity, but I think he's just going to take a look at his hand. Probably a little strain. Ahmed Ashfar.
আরে বাইরে একটা এলইডি লাগানো আছে, সেটা বন্ধ হয়ে গেছে। কম পয়সা লাগিয়েছে আর কি।
It's extremely hot and humid in Kolkata, in the suburbs of Kolkata and
এখানে
Noihati.
এই দিকটা ছাওয়া আছে
Roughly
তো,
a
এই
3
দিকটা
hour
একটু
drive
রোদ কম।
from the city of Joy.
উল্টাবো, ঘোরাবো ঘোরাবো।
Good to see that the organizers stepping in quickly. Here's Akshay, jersey number 44, who's going to take that set piece. Now a chance to get that second goal, a chance to take the lead. Here comes the delivery, a very poor one. But they might as well build it up here. And the goalkeeper wins the duel in the air. Ahmed Ashfar who wins it. But it's Altamash Sayed. He's a fantastic defender. Does well to clear it away.
ছোড়ো।
Playing as a defensive midfielder here, Altamash Sayed, but he's good with those dribbles as well. Now Arshad is going to take that throw in.
চলে গেল। না জল খেতে আসে। এই যে আসছে 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 আসছে, দে টুকে দে, আমি দিচ্ছি। আরে কোন না,
Reached the 70-minute mark. Less than 20 minutes of regulation time remaining in this game, which is locked at 1-1 at the moment. Anyone's game here.
আচ্ছা। আরে কুছ তো করো। এই কিছু চেঞ্জ দেখাচ্ছে, দেখাবো চেঞ্জ দেখাবো।
There's another substitution that is being rolled out by Sat Tirur. Khalid Roshan comes in place of Muhammad Taslim, a defender who was acting as an overlapping side back, has been replaced by Khalid Roshan. So you can expect a lot of aggressive intent now, which will be showed by Sat Tirur. Overlapping side back usually from the wings. They're also known as wing backs. In comes the delivery, chest trap, gentle push, and that's not fair in the eyes of the referee. And I'm sure that's going to be a card, is it? Or does the captain does not get the card? But it's hurting his chest a lot. He's visibly hurt. Lucky to get away from it. That was a genuine push. Linesman should have stepped in. For Hajas, extremely lucky to get past that. Here's another set piece. These set pieces can be really very crucial, can be dangerous as well. Here's Akshay again. He's usually taking the set pieces from the right. Look at the marking, look at the duels. It's getting heated up here at Noihati Stadium. Tempers are flaring. Khalid Roshan, oh boy, he's just coming now. In comes the cross. Now that header set up. They're claiming that he was past The goal line, they decide not to contest it. But it was a brilliant header set up on that occasion from Lake City FC's Ayush Kumar. But just needed to go a little bit towards the left or towards the right. It went straight into the hands of the goalkeeper where he was stationed. But timed that jump, timed that header really well. Now from the right flank, in comes another attack. So I think Akash Rai. Here's Shafiq.
Water.
And a quick drinks break as well, and a chance for them to get their energy levels back on track.
বলো ও তাকে তুমি ধরছো ঠিক আছে
Here's a quick substitution that is coming in for Lake City. Chongloi comes in. Constant tussle for possession. Now back to the in comes the throw. Couple of passes. Quick turn. Gives it towards the left. Here's the grounder that came in. Went past everyone. Went past the two blue shirts. Went past one of the players as well. Once again, if you see the replay, just went past everyone. Now from the left, once again, the attack coming in, takes a shot. Good save by the goalkeeper. He is having a rough day. He's getting his boots dirty. And he's simply punching above his weight on this occasion, Hitendra Singh in I-League 3. Now inside the D. Once again, couldn't get past the traffic. Hitendra Singh who collects the ball beautifully. Now from the left again, in comes that mazy run Arshad. Gentle passes. Once again, Arshad gives it behind towards Shafiq. Shafiq to the captain. The captain to another central defender who come forward a tad bit. So we enter into the final 10 minutes. There's desperate attempts, but they lose out possession here. Now Lake City would believe. Lake City would believe that they are resilient enough to stage that comeback. Now the build up. Here's Arshad. He's looking for red shots near the edge of the D. Gave it to Shafiq, but Shafiq loses out control. It's the captain, Altamas Sayyed of Lake City, who wins the battle. Once again, if you see the replay, just got the ball away and then eventually wins the battle. Altamas Sayyed.
এই তো না দেখবে সামনেই দাঁড়াবে
In comes the cross towards the right after a very long time. Lake City FC in the aggressive third. Here's Amay Bhatkal. And they lose out the possession. Amay Bhatkal, who scored the first goal for Lake City FC. Sparkling with confidence, sparkling with rhythm. Now the build-up coming in. Madhya Pradesh slowly coming into the footballing ecosystem, into the footballing map of India. It's Lake City Football Club, established a couple of years back, who won the Madhya Pradesh Premier League on a couple of occasions. Now that's a good ball in. Now a chance. Oh boy, narrowly misses out the far post. So close, yet so far. Is that going to come back to haunt them? There you can see. In the very first touch itself, should have gone past the goalkeeper there. Khalid Roshan missed a few sitters in the previous game as well. Last touch was from the goalkeeper, and hence they've gotten a corner. Cleared away. Not quite yet, the clearance wasn't that great. Once again, not on target. But that opportunity from Khalid Roshan was something that will be dearly missed if the match ends in a stalemate or if Sat Tirur eventually lose the game. Sat FC Tirur, based out of Tirur in Kerala. Sports Academy of Tirur. Now from the left. Another couple of substitutions I can see from the com box. For Lake City desperately trying to do something, desperately trying to weave magic. Oh boy, that is poor defending. That is poor defending. Altamas Sayyed gives it towards the right. In comes the cross towards the far post. The goalkeeper misses. But pretty decent clearance over there from the maroon and white shirts. Just goes on to show that the stamina levels are decreasing. Goes on to show that the fitness levels are not up to the mark, because there have been some sloppy works, especially in the last 10 odd minutes. But here are a couple of substitutions. Bhuvanesh Shendray is replaced by Asadul Abdul Khan, and Akash Rai, who already had a yellow card copped a blow as well, is replaced by jersey number 18. I beg your pardon, jersey number 18, Bhuvanesh, comes off, and in comes Darshan. So it's Darshan and Asadul Abdul who will get 10 odd minutes, including the extra time to showcase their skills. Once again, if we see the replay, the goalkeeper misses out on the jump. It's been a very, very hard day in office for Ahmed Ashfar. Had a few defensive frailties, didn't quite time those jumps well, wasn't good enough to stop those, to collect those. First goal was scored, and the only goal scored by Sat Tirur in this game was scored by a defensive flip up from Ahmed Ashfar. They've got Muhammad Ashik, they've got Muhammad Faiz in the bench as well. Maybe Ashfar might just take a day or two off to get into the zone. Often a lot of sports professionals at the highest level take a couple of days off, just figure out things, figure out their entire mental space. Muhammad Ashik and Muhammad Faiz as well are quality footballers. This time around, another substitution coming in, this time from Sat Tirur. I can see a couple of substitutions will be there shortly. Before that, we'll take a look at this set piece. Yes, Arshad. Maneuvering some of the white shirts over there, but this time the header setup was from the blue shirts. Lake City clear the ball. And a quick substitution, this time for Sat Tirur. Muhammad Bashir, which started the game, comes along with Muhammad Yassin. And off goes Arshad, who was taking all those set pieces which we saw. And of course, off goes the captain for Hajas. Now, tad bit of space, but is the offside flag up? Yes, it seems like the offside flag was up. Yes, he was way past the back line. Mohammad Irshad on that occasion. Arshad went out. Less than 5 minutes of regulation time remaining. Here's the long ball. Gently pushes the ball. Oh, seems to be in a little bit of a pain there, Rahul Das. Quick throw in. Now, in comes Lake City. Intercepted. Well, that's a good sliding tackle.
কোনো এমন শব্দ শুনুন যে একেবারে সিঙ্গেল বল চালু করবো না এমন লোকটা বলবো
Now they're gently moving forward. There's that diagonal ball. Collected well. Yash gives that layoff. Good chance here. But that shoulder push deemed illegal by the ultimate judge and jury of this match. The referees, Worsley Pace. Once again, if you see the replay, it was a creative run by Irshad. Good combination play from the two players of Sad Tirur. But Pace, central defender, he's got that intimidating figure as well. Last 1 minute of regulation time and a set piece from a dangerous position. But there was plenty of drinks break and injuries, and therefore we're going to have an extended period of injury time.
না না
In comes the cross, but just crashes onto the wall, and then it's a wayward recovery. Recovery from that wall push was a little wayward from Bashir. This guy on your screen, Hitendra Singh, has had a good day
হ্যাঁ দেখাচ্ছি
with those blocks, with those performances. He's done extremely well. Crisp passes. Total of 6 minutes of added time. Now on the counter. Gets past the defender, does well, gives it towards the right. He has to launch that shot. Creative run. Now that's a good save. This time around, Hitendra Singh does extremely well. It was looking very dangerous. This one from Muhammad Yassin. There was Khalid Roshan as well near him, lurking inside the box. But good work nevertheless from Hitendra Singh. Had a terrific day so far. Would be a tad bit disappointed that his team gets only a single point if the scoreline remains. Here was Khalid Roshan who wanted to get past Atharva. Couldn't do that. Here's Khalid Roshan again. Khalid Roshan desperately trying to give in that delectable ball inside the D. Now can he hit the jackpot here? Change in who takes it. Very close once again. Altamesh Sayyed. Now goal over here in the last minute in injury time by Lake City would carve the hearts of Sad Tirur with salt. There have been a few clangers in this game from Sad Tirur's goalkeeper. Here's from the right. Once again, not on target. This has been the story of the game. They've tried extremely hard to remain poised, to remain calm, but they've not been able to get those perfect on-target shots. This time it was Denzel Mascarenas. Constant press. You've got some new players on the field. The managers get the new players for this reason. The stamina levels of the players go down. Here's the volleyed ball away from their midfield. Now, good control. First touch a tad bit heavy. Therefore, lack of control. Possession back with Lake City. Altamesh Sayyed gives it towards the left now. Near the edge of the left flank. Have to be creative here, but good interception. Brilliant interception. Cleared away once again. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this game. Scoreline presently 1-1. Draws can be very, very frustrating, especially when you're playing such a small tournament in terms of matches. Such a high profile tournament, less number of matches. Every game counts. You have to hit the jackpot in every single game. Good clearance on this occasion. Darshan Shah with that clearance. It was Bashir with that throw in. What can he do here? Can he do something special? Can he take his side home? But this time, of course, couldn't get enough on that one. Of course, the last touch seems like from a player of Lake City. Is it? Yeah. Now comes the corner. One last shuffle of the cards. One last chance for that prize. Where is that spark in the dying moments of the game? Chest trap, trying to build it up, needs to take the shot. Quick turn once again towards the left. Near the edge of the box, in comes the cross near the far post. Threat still not over. The traffic now a chance. Wow. It was so close. Inches away from that back of the net. It was a powerful looking shot on that occasion. We'll see how things panned out. Poor clearance. Then the left footed shot came in. Just couldn't get enough on it. Just couldn't get past the first net. There's Altamas Sayyed. Gives it forward. They're going forward again. Now from the left flank. When's the cross coming in? In comes the cross, but collected swiftly this time. Ahmed Ashfar. It's about a few more seconds remaining in the game. This could well possibly be the last throw of the dice for Sat Tirur. Ball goes outside. Plenty of opportunities both the sides have received. And with that, the final whistle blows at the Noihati Stadium. It's a frustrating 1-1 draw between Lake City, the team from Madhya Pradesh, the team from Bhopal, the champions of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League. They get only a point from this game with the Kerala-based outfit Sat Tirur. So Sat Tirur in 2 games, they have 3 points after their win against Sports Odisha a couple of days back. Now it's a 1-1 draw with Lake City FC, with the goals being scored by Rifat of Sat Tirur and Amay Bhatkal of Lake City FC. Stay tuned for the match highlights as we wrap proceedings. We kick-started proceedings at the Noihati Stadium. This was a major clanger right in the second minute of the game from Ahmed Ashfar, the goalkeeper. Then a couple of chances. Ahmed Ashfar has had a very frustrating and a disappointing day so far. But Sat Tirur did stage a comeback. With their persistence, they were trying to get under the skin of Lake City's defenders, and eventually they got it. Plenty of chances, and this was the goal. Perfect header from Rifat, who scored a goal in the previous game against Sports Odisha as well. This one, no one there near the far post to collect that grounder. This one again, a bit of frustration from the Sat Tirur players, collected cleanly by the goalkeeper on this occasion. So those were just the 2 goals that happened. There were plenty of chances, but none of them getting materialized into the goal. A lot of fluidity coming in the second half, and there were several chances coming in. This one went above. Plenty of duels at the Noihati Stadium, and at the end of the first half it was 1-1. Then a couple of shots off target. In fact, a lot of shots from Lake City off target. This was another chance, but narrowly went over the crossbar. Arshad with that grounder. This was a poor finish. was the only time that we saw Lake City FC's goalkeeper Hitendra Singh not being able to hold on to the ball. Been plenty of defensive frailties from both the sides on a couple of occasions, but on most occasions, the defending has been top notch. Ahmed Ashfar has to work on his goalkeeping a tad bit before the next game starts. Next game, of course, will be in just about a couple of days for Sad Tirur. This was a shot from quite a distance. So many people trying. This was towards the top left corner. But that's the news from the center at the end of this game of I League 3.
हाँ
It is Lake City FC 1, Sat Tirur 1, with the goals being scored by Amay Bhatkal and Rifat. Thank you so much. I'll
কিচ্ছু
take
না
your leave
কিচ্ছু না কিচ্ছু
till
না
the next game in the afternoon. Goodbye, take care, and have a nice day.
আমি এখন এই ক্যামেরাটাকে ছাওয়ায় রাখছি রেখে ক্যামেরাটা খুলে নিয়ে চলে আসছি
আমাদের নিয়ে চলে যাও নিয়ে চলে যাও